also crazy. EG on defense, C9 on attack. Chat, lock in, come on.
Cloud9 down 4 on the southern side, sniffing around the B side of the map.
Interesting use of the Teo salvos from Cloud9 early on is to break some of those trips. None of them here though.
Whoa.
Oxy will try to follow the drone.
Oh
only
boy.
His way into Ye's crosshair. 2 kills found, make that 3.
Oh god, if he gets an ace, he's gonna be unstoppable. Oh man, he's actually here. They're going for it. Holy, well, we might as well pack it up.
For evil geniuses,
what a way to start.
Goes the way of the defense.
If this is how EG are stepping into playoffs with Ye popping off with an ace right off the bat, I'm scared for other teams. And what a heads-up play from Ye. I think he held on to that trip, placed it late, so it got value in the middle of the round. Those salvos used from Cloud9 early on were to break said trip.
Remember to make sure you follow at iBuyPower on social media. Use hashtag #UnlockYourAce for a chance to win some goodies. EG up early.
Right.
Cloud9 with a non-existent buy.
Full eco on this one.
Looking to right the ship.
The death on defense. Maybe we're just gonna go pick up some orbs.
Such a healthy buy from EG.
I'm calling a timeout right now.
Guardian, Derek, the only one sitting on that ghost that he brings over from the previous round.
Where's Pansy, man? Should just be celebrating
Orbs
so
were
hard.
gathered for Cloud9. Trying to get something, but now some proactivity from EG. They clear out all the bottom side of the map. There is a Cypher cam that they did not spot. Again, salvos being used to try to break some of those trips that Ye has been putting down.
Yeah, but that thing's at 30,000 feet in the air.
Yeah, very unique trip. Big struggle EG has had in the past on this map. They are 1-1 on it. Their only win being against Furia was retaking. Their defensive side was lacking.
And this is a free side though, so they get a plant.
Superior firepower. Opting to play the slow game, allowing that spike to be planted, and waiting for these A main players to reconvene.
Tripwire destroyed.
Spike planted.
Mitch committing it to spike just on the other side of the utility. And Derek feeling a lot of that pressure, scaling him back. Buying time, now committing to the fight.
Oh.
And oh boy, this is not going the way Evil Geniuses were looking for. A couple
Someone
of
commit.
traded. Vic with 3. And now they're going to have this utility to play around, but
wait,
I don't think it's going to...
is he really?
Well, it's going to stop him, but he got it to half.
Is he really committing in a 2v2 to half?
Already been gotten to half.
Yeah, Mitch has got a stun.
With a decent bit of utility as well. Time is running shorter and shorter. Icy on the tap. The swing comes through. Ball line not connecting. The second dose, he turns the flash. Time is short. He's got to commit onto it. And I don't know that Icy's going to have the time. It's a thrifty round win conversion.
I don't think you can commit to half when the breach damage goes in. You just end up putting your mate into the worst possible situation.
In the first round, but the pressure that Cloud9 put onto EG, pushing lane right here, it was too much. Vic got 3 into the round with that classic, so sharp with it. The way that Mitch cycled his utility in heaven right there has Cloud9 fired up, and Mitch is somebody who really shined in their last series against Sentinels.
Gave him the salute.
He was doing a lot of the heavy lifting.
Dude, we haven't had a salute yet in Valorant.
Zeppa and Oxy didn't really get much going in their last series. Now, with an opportunity to make that up. Zeppa's been known to be the underground king of Fracture, at least against NRG.
Yeah, he had a field day there. Cloud9 will spike in tow.
Dude, they were legit full eco, by the way, not even a ghost.
So much of the map they can play around. I mean, look at how far Ned is up towards B.
Yeah, the approach so far from Cloud9 after that pistol round was taking dish control
early
here comes
on Arika.
With a 4-1. Trap play being made here, but that neon allows you to get out.
Yeah, it's like the worst possible place on the map to try reclear.
Use your stun to reciprocate. Now everybody grouped up here with that cut of noise. Rotations are being made, and Icy gets picked off by Oxy. That's a free A site now.
You imagine they're going to try to rotate back. The defense hadn't gone too far off. But the gun difference is going to be a serious problem for Evil Geniuses. So Cloud9 fill into the space. Should get the spike down here in just a moment.
And who gets their ult early?
One step closer to having the Rolling Thunder online.
Salvos were used
Vic,
pretty early
kinda
on
close.
but it does not stop the spike from being planted, and these players from B site just now reaching A main.
Tripwire destroyed.
That knows ball line. Provide a little bit of cover. Yeah, getting 2 traded back though.
That no scope
will not save net. Had a couple of silly rounds already. Are we due for another?
There's still Teo salvos online for Zeppa. It's going to be the contingency plan, but Mitch gets taken out way too early. There might be a window of opportunity.
One down. If the time works out, they might have a shot at this. He's going to fill in
Yeah,
behind it. I don't know how Zeppa's going to fill
they
into
got
this.
it.
He can't. Will the defuse land? I think it's a little short. Oh my gosh, it's not.
Well,
Thrifty
here we go
after
again, and this time they actually got 2 gun
EG,
upgrades.
they took their time on this retake, but it ends up working for them.
Went kind of early with the salvos
in
here.
A-main doing so much damage. Look at Ye, he's just on one today, man. Nice! Look at it. And another swing of momentum. Another swing of momentum. Going the way of EG, and you gotta feel like Cloud9, all this talk about choking and legacy of Cloud9, it's showing a little bit. I feel like they have advantages in a lot of these rounds, even in their last series against Sen.
I mean, yeah, they should never be losing that
But
round.
it
It was still nicely timed from
just
EG.
gets
Their
stripped
retake
away
over
from
towards
them.
A main was pretty
I feel
cool.
like both teams have had to dance with that pressure early on.
But they have
Both
breach.
teams have
Breach
had their
damage
best.
to
Both
delay the
teams
push
have had
from
the
A main
opportunity
into
to break, and I
salvos.
think it just comes down to who's going to be the last one standing. When all is said and done, we've had what, 2 thrifties already?
Yeah.
We played 3 rounds. That Armageddon's going to cause some problems as Oxy tucks up from behind it. Besting the final ball so far,
How's
and
he
Evil
winning
Genius
that?
is finding a lot of space onto the site.
Big nade.
Still plenty of work to be done though.
My
I
goodness.
see now Rocket popped.
Popping
No
all the
target found
Etel.
yet, and I don't know that there will be
We're going
one
for a
to claim.
breach.
Big
Brimble.
has his ult.
One enemy remains.
It's gonna be a
Dude, he's still gonna
deal with
get
so
kills,
much,
right?
It may have been too early. Preemptive
Oh,
nade,
dude, that
big
shot
false-
actually
big
meant-
false to it, excuse me, as the defuse comes through.
Oh, dude, I think Imi's got a
EG gets a
timeout,
three.
man.
The difference
I
this
think
time around
Imi's
for
got a
EG
timeout.
on their
And just,
retake is
and
the
just
trip
make sure that
placement from
everyone
Ye.
chills out
We had
here.
trips that were so
They
far
gotta
back this
chill
time,
out.
waiting for
The
any
nade-
type
the
of
nade was
aggressive
nice and the
push
tagging
that
was
they were
good.
expecting C9 to do, and it ended up paying out for them. They're then able to use all their utility on the
be
site, set up
chilling
for their
here.
retake, and Icy, yeah, he has to invest a showstopper, but it's so worth it. You cannot allow Cloud9 a way back in once again. So now,
No timeout.
EG
Uh-oh.
sitting nice in terms of their
I'm
economy,
worried for them. I'm worried they're gonna make another
and a
blunder.
change of trips once more for Ye. Trip in heaven.
Yeltsin, hello mate.
Picks up the
Today
trip to
was,
dodge the salvos.
today was a weird one.
He's so quick with this, Doug, and it's so small.
100 fees
but it's so
game
important.
worth watching.
Making those changes on the fly.
I mean, depends how much you've been following them. They didn't really
Fight for
change
another
too
day.
much.
Orb
They
picked
changed their
up.
initial game plan on fractured
ult.
defenses and go like
Now
super
online.
aggro at the beginning. There wasn't like anything
Quick
like
tag, quick
super
swing.
new. They
Remember
just
how
played
the
as a
Jays
team
been
a bit
currently
better than they
sitting
have
at 8 and 3.
before.
No joy this time around.
While all that commotion was made in B main, Derek decided to re-clear dish, but this information is now gathered for Cloud9 Mitch. Understanding that maybe A is going to be a little bit weaker now. We could do a split, a 4-1 on the bottom side.
Xander? I mean, Xander
Still
was a
some of this
monster.
utility. Nature's gonna have a stun as a counter, and that might be enough to
It's
dissuade
stun
and to delay.
damage.
Still 4 members here for the side of EG, and
Yeah.
Ye's creeping up into sight.
Yeah,
Big
there was
Jaws for
enough
Ye
delay
here.
to bolster the reinforcements, and again,
Oh my
Ye
god, the
with
shots
2.
are so nice though, dudes.
Cloud9 doesn't even have the spike in hand right now.
The
Oxy's
shots
gonna
are
have to
so
rotate back,
nice,
scoop
bro.
it up.
God, I thought he was
That's
gonna
just the first
two-tap the
part of the
last
30
one.
seconds left.
If Neck can
Has he just
find
not
an
been trying
opening
all this
here
time and now he's in
to
playoffs? He's
even
gonna
the
try
score.
it. What's going on
Doesn't look
there?
like EG are going to give them the time of day, though. A main will be taken. It's going to be a crunch onto the actual site. Maybe that fault line's coming
Prime
up
Ye,
soon.
dude.
Taking
He's
quickly
he's
into
looking
utility.
like it.
Nature stun right up, as you were mentioning, off of the swing on it. Net not able to control the shots. Oxy will crumble as well. EG creating a little separation.
Yeah, and it's all thanks to Ye, though. Let's
Just
just keep
storing
it
up
a
his
buck,
power
Doug.
for this,
I
yeah.
mean, this guy is peeking out through neon walls, getting
Nuts,
2
dude.
at a
It's actually
time.
nuts what
he
he's
starts
doing.
off the game with an ace on pistol round. Playoff Ye is real, man. We have not seen this out of him in years, man. 10 and 4 right now. Look at that shot onto Mitch. Just
No, the
ultra
shots
instinct.
are
One enemy remaining.
they're impressive.
And the pressure that EG are putting on Cloud9 on these retakes, it's just too much to handle. It's up
Okay,
to
now a
Imi
timeout
to
maybe?
slow things down for Cloud9. Try to formulate a plan of what's going wrong right now. Cloud9 had a good read into that round. Oxy got a great entry.
And we got the
But they're
polo
just
out
not
today.
ready for these randomly timed swings through smokes or a player on an off angle right now, and it's very early on, but this is getting out of hand. And for EG, just keep disrupting. It's been working so far. Keep putting Ye in a spot where he can maneuver around these smokes or his cages if he needs to, and just go for broke. I mean, if he's getting 2 every single time he's dying, you don't even need the trips to play off of.
Yeah, 10 kills through 5 rounds. That's a great average. I mean, I'd take that any day of the week.
Again, when was the last time we see Ye have a performance like this?
I think there are a lot of questions around the firepower potentially lacking against Evil Geniuses, because what are you going to do when Vic
Icy was tempted for the
What do you
outlaw.
do when Oxy pops
Would have
off?
been
You know,
4 people
Zepp's
they can
good
one
for it
shot.
too, but
Oxy buys heavy armor just in
Ye's
case
the
for
one
the
who's
ult.
answered the call, at least early. Here on Fracture, as you were mentioning, plenty of game left to be played. You take a look at the purchase for Cloud9, a couple of stingers, an ult for Oxy. You imagine they're going to want to use it here. All 5 north side, too.
Yeah, another top side default this time. Net along with the squad, I think, just gonna try to drag a rotation onto this A site. Maybe throw a little bit of a fake here if you're Cloud9. Just have this Neon slide all the way out A while everybody goes up B. But if you look at Ye's setup right now, he's
fake,
so
but are
far
we gonna
back,
like?
that heaven trip, I could get a lot of value here too.
We're gonna do some
also
weird
holding the
split over
cross.
towards B. I think we might.
I mean, he might just take out a player on a timing peak here. He's been doing it all game long, right?
Yeah, 1 tap, 2 tap, just like that. Pushed off by the smoke, at least for now.
Yeah, this A fake was the play. Look at that fault line from Arcade.
It's not even just a fake. There has to be a lot
Nice,
of scaling
though.
behind it.
Yeah, it's good with the pathing and draws them over towards spawn. See if more people are covering over towards site.
Fuse put out, now ult popped.
I like the idea.
And yeah, getting all of the info. The veil has been lifted. Now they realize Cloud9 is out on B. Remember, the purchase is not great. The buy is light. Can they find their way around this? Waiting for Cloud9 to fully commit, and now the Rolling Thunder's going to try to push them back. I don't believe Vic was tagged, but he's got a sheriff. That's certainly going to help things. Yeah, sure, it might be exactly what he needed. Order Strike now invested. Supa and Icy both with rifles in hand. Supa's weak, though. He's going to get his 1. Potentially falling down to a 1v1. Mitch trying to find every little window that he can.
No,
and he
dude.
swings right into it now. Mitch left in a 1v1.
Not
Icy
this
has already
again.
dropped one of these. Can he deliver the second time around?
Whoa.
Icy stands strong. The
exact
defuse
same.
comes through. EG gets a 5.
For a second there, we thought Icy was going to stick that spike, and Mitch would have done it again, the way that Cloud9 won their first round. But he quickly gets off of that spike and connects the headshot. What poise from the rookie, man. Unreal. He's been
Like the
somebody
idea
that's
from
been
C9, it's kinda
fairly
nice, yeah.
quiet as well.
Used a
For him
lot
to
of
step
ults,
up
though,
and win a
right?
1v1 like
Or
that
at
against
least, like,
Mitch,
they
who's
got
been
a
so
lot of
sharp,
ults out of
even
them.
with a worse arsenal. Is very impressive for EG.
Let's look a little bit.
This is a different type of EG that we're seeing here today, Doug. We got to point it out, man.
Far away from these
I am inclined to
3.
agree with you,
Dude,
yeah.
C9 aren't even that close to their ults, though.
We thought maybe they could be in danger after getting thriftied, but the answer back and to win these rounds the way that they're doing it. Let's see if they can handle this pressure into Arcade, though. Oxy slips past.
Yeah, Oxy's taking a fair amount of damage, though.
Icy does have that operator right now.
Right now, it's just Oxy. who
Dude,
might be
that's
under threat.
nice.
Forget about
Oh,
the
wait, that's nice,
on
though.
one side, Nate on the other. It's a Michael Bay film.
Now you're kind of ready for this drop hit as well. I mean, you have Nature sitting on site. He's so good at maneuvering around this pillar.
Derek peeking out just
One of
on
the
the
strong
other side
things
of
you
the
can
smoke.
do, just like
Cloud9, it's a pump fake, not committing to the hit.
punishes or
They're gonna
retaking
rotate
of
off.
map
They don't
control.
really have any space towards B either.
And you're running into Ye. Ye's sitting in heaven quite nicely, but I think they're going to regroup, maybe go back A main on this hit. But if they don't show anything towards
Where do they
B
even
at
go here?
all,
Where do they want to
there's
go?
no need for EG members to move.
Yeah, 40 seconds left on the clock, too.
They're deciding to go A main. There's still a trip up there, or B main. There's still a trip up there, and Icy still has that
30
operator.
seconds left.
They got no.
Whole sights
Well, they got
ahead.
one smoke.
Vic's going to have to smoke him off.
Yeah,
Oh,
let's
it's
see if they
the
guess
same
right with the
trip,
smoke
too.
here.
It's not that
They
crazy
should.
angle
This is the
one.
most common smoke. Wow.
Icy connects.
Dude, they didn't do any smoke.
Salvos to try to buy a little cover, but it's just not enough. Icy and Ye both coming to life, but Net puts one out.
There's just no time though, and you're not even going to be able to save. Icy's on the hunt.
It's
The double
smoke.
satchel in.
One of
no
them.
Smoke there
Smoke
to
one of
block off
them,
the
surely.
operator sightlines for Icy is a bit of an
We
oversight.
came in so late.
You just,
Nope, nobody really performing on the side of Cloud9 here.
you just can't be making
Also, I think
small mistakes like that. But this trap play that
normally,
EG set in motion. to
not saying that
fish
all
out that
IGLs do
positive
this, but
Oxy,
it's like
that
a
worked
if you have an
beautifully for
IGL
Evil
that
Geniuses.
like maybe doesn't have a good read, you can do
Full
little
momentum
protocols that
for
make it
EG
easier for
right
them.
now.
In my personal
Icy
opinion,
hitting
if you
some
have one
really nice
smoke,
op
you
shots.
can
He
just
has
lean
his
over
second
towards A and try and
showstopper
do the smoke on the
of the
floor.
map.
That like covers a good amount so that you can cross into sight, and then you can try to get the plant. You can normally jump across this.
Gonna get pushed off of this early
So
on.
you will see like some IGLs like heavy lean over towards A just because you can do the close smoke. Doesn't
And now the
fully
second
fill all
approach.
this, but you can normally jump across.
Mentioned that op line still there. Icy now having satchel away. While they're nipping at his heels, flashing him, trying to swing out.
Spike down.
And Nature and
A.
Derek keep him back.
He's still sitting here. He wants the smoke. But a 5v3. I mean, EG, everyone here. Net is going to have to come up huge here. But he only has a stinger, man.
Asking him to make a lot out of a
Sever just
little.
hasn't been allowed to plan yet. First time he can stick it without tanking some util.
I wonder if Icy's going to invest
I
in
was
Showstopper
wondering if
and try
Icy's
to
gonna
save that.
ult now,
Doesn't
but
even
he's not
need
doing it
to.
after
He
that
gets the
kill.
off pick onto Zeppa.
Yeah, I imagine you're going to want to carry that over and continue to have that pressure.
This might be... Well, I was going to say it might be a flawless, but you know how the
You gotta
saying
do that
goes.
4 more times, Vic.
Vic in 1v4. And he will succumb
Well.
to the pressure of Evil Geniuses. They will get up to 7. You still have the op for Icy.
Can't believe I put the shirt back
and
on,
his
but
ult alongside
have we had any
Derek's
tech
too.
pauses?
I love
That's
the
all I'm
confidence
saying.
we're seeing from Icy right now. He held his ground in that door and
Sometimes you
didn't
gotta
care about the
prove a
utility
point.
that was thrown his way because of the supporting cast. He had so much faith in Nature and Derek to support him. It just looked beautiful. I mean, look at this. Cloud9 were not ready for the follow-up there.
I think we need to start bringing that conversation back up around Cloud9 and their performance
Playoffs.
in playoffs.
Yes.
Yeah, because I think you come into this series and it's against Evil Geniuses and you think, okay, this should be a chance for them to right their wrongs, right? To right the ship, the struggles, the demons that they've had for so many years now, but it seems like that has not been cleared out of their closets.
This looks like a completely different team from what we've seen from just a day ago. Nothing really working for Cloud9, like you were mentioning. Nobody really having any pop-off moments. The only round they won was off of Mitch having a ridiculous thrifty clutch.
Hey, nobody's even positive right now, and we're 8 rounds into the game.
Yeah, this time a B hit. Vic will get the
Dude, he
head-to-head against
spammed
Derek,
him
but
back
Icy
with a
is
Vandal.
still here with the showstopper.
Mitch committing to getting the plant down. And there's the ult popped up close and personal.
Dude, Zephyr
Paid
did
for it
so
with his
much
life, but the
damage though. I
has
think
been
it's
dealt.
7 after the shorty shot.
Again, now ult used to betray the
And
positions
this is
of
nice from
opposition.
C9 though. Like this actually is a round.
You're EG right now.
You
You
got
have to
Vic.
speed
Like
up this
all
retake, but with the
EG should be
flank
going for here
around from
is
Oxy.
like try get the
I don't think EG are gonna be
Brimble
ready
out
for
of
this one,
them.
man.
And Vic has his
Try to
ult
tap
too.
the spike enough
They
that
can
they
play
have
this
to
as
use
far back
mollies
as
and
they
Brimble.
want.
It's good shots.
Oxy lighting up the kill feed, showing signs of life. A breath
Okay,
of
very,
fresh
very
air
nice.
for
Saved the Brimble
Cloud9.
into it as well. Didn't have to use it.
For Cloud9, you get away
Gotta
with
get the
not
rest of the
having
rounds,
to
though.
use the Armageddon. You get away with not having to use the Breach ult as well. These are heavy hitting ults that you can use in the post plant. If they can get onto site again, maybe they can salvage this half.
Spike planted.
That showstopper going 1-for-1 really did feel like, yeah, it really felt like the nail in the coffin in this round specifically for EG. Still looking really healthy though. Still an
Okay, big
operator in
change up.
Blake Derek
Icy
has
got
the
up.
Armageddon of
Dude, he
his
spent
own.
so much money in this. He got
This
backup
time
gun as
Icy
well.
Putting his sights on B main, adjusting. Last time he was arcade.
He might have dropped one.
Cheeky trip again. Icy landing the shot onto Oxy. He's gonna re-aggro into this?
Yeah. He almost gets timing there as well. He's playing so confidently right now, but the speed up towards A, Nature doesn't have the rotates here quite yet. Those salvos will delay and fault line.
That ult is gonna cause some problems. They're gonna fill in behind this. Yay, playing up close in the cage. With Superman close by. Oh. Cage down, Yay falls. But I don't think they're expecting Supa here.
I mean, they're holding for him, but there's still so many members of Evil Geniuses on the A site. This fault line is going to come back up for Nature.
Boy, patience was not a virtue there. Meanwhile, Net overwhelming Nature. Icy finding a kill with the op.
30 seconds left.
Big.
Last
Made
player
very
standing.
uncomfortable. And Net will fall. Icy
Okay.
does too.
Dude, it's absolute chaos.
Cloud9 get another.
There's so much
The
util.
win condition right now for Cloud9 was that speed up towards A, taking Sands, but then freezing. I think Evil Geniuses did a good job of delaying with utility to buy time for those rotations, but it looked like Ye just got caught out when that smoke dropped, not understanding that that was going to be a timing. That little freeze from Cloud9 was so unsettling for EG that they just felt like they had to show their bodies. And they got punished for it. So it feels like a shift in momentum towards Cloud9 now.
Yeah,
Prompts a timeout for EG.
Yeah, he
I
wants to
agree
get,
with you. The tides are turning.
wants to get the last
For
one.
sure.
And they chipped away at the economy as well. Viewers out there can't see it, but it's going to be a bit of a thrifty buy from EG. Let's see
Once
how
more.
Cloud9
Wait, there's
can
2 more
approach
rounds, right?
this round
Okay, yeah, yeah.
And see if it's
I mean,
any
honestly,
different
this
from
is
their
nice.
last one, because, man, it was
Give him an idea on the
less than
eco.
ideal for Cloud9 the last time around.
Make sure they can secure at least 8.
Gotta love the classic esports shoes shot.
Yeah.
Gotta get one of those to broadcast, right?
Something I want to
Or-
keep
or
track
two.
of. Yeah.
Sorry,
yeah,
go ahead.
yeah. So I was going to say, something I want to keep track of as this series progresses is Oxy and his individual performance. Last year when these two teams faced, he went 76 and 45. That's plus 31. Yeah, that series went 3 maps. So far, a bit of a rough start, but he's been bringing it back slowly.
As has the rest of Cloud9.
Icy crept up. He passed Ye in the scoreline as well, 13 and 6.
Okay, I like this from
He
Derek.
was using
Derek
that
takes
operator
the
to get
hit
tons of picks already.
and gives Icy the Guardian.
After the timeout, call from Potter and Co. is to do a B main smoke, and with that reach flash being used from Cloud9, Arcade is being taken. Proactivity.
Okay,
in
big
the
change up from
thrifty for
EG. They're
EG.
being way more
Getting
proactive
spotted
on
by a
this.
cam here. That's
They
gonna
realize
prompt the
they
speed
take
up B main.
tree control, and then in reaction, we're going to push over towards here. We've got a
EG taking
stun in the
lot of
most common
space for
position.
Fish.
And
Ye will fall.
a very
Mitch
nice
pushing the
reaction from
pace.
C9
Oh
pushing
boy,
on the
what in
pass
the
here.
wor- What in the world was that? Derek will fall
like the
too, and
idea
now they
from EG
realize
though.
There's a lot of pressure being applied on
I
the
feel
northern
like
side.
I feel like the
and
idea
they
in
can
the
turn
timeout
all
was
attention
nice.
that way. Excuse me? With a stinger?
Yep. Most insane gun in the game. I mean, what is going on here? Oxy's sitting pretty low. This should have been clean for Cloud9.
It's
Still
not,
an uphill battle, though.
Right.
Still an
It's-
uphill
I
battle.
wouldn't say it's messy yet, but it's far from
Oh.
spotless. Oxy's eliminated.
Oh.
What?
Okay. We've really made a mess of this now, haven't we?
It's getting too silly for me, Doug.
Spike continues to tick away. I still don't know that there's going to be enough time.
Yeah, it shouldn't
Evil
be.
Geniuses
Double
want to have a
salvage,
say in how
you're
this
fine.
plays out. Nature falls. I don't think Icy even got it to
It's
half.
got
No.
close,
Big gets
man.
his 2. Cloud9
That
gets a
Boombot
4.
kill in heaven's
And it's
nuts.
the same story on the other side of their
Last
timeout.
round in
Who gets to the
half.
last one?
Cloud9
Because
did
so
a great job of
Potter does the
dissecting
whole thing where you call the
where EG
timeout and
was
then
trying to
eco,
get
gives them a good
proactive.
plan in the
They
eco.
eliminated
And they got a
a
little
lot of the
bit
map
unlucky
control.
with
And
the
once they took control of
with
this
this
B
play.
main, yeah, Mitch slipping in this underpass, helping out Net, who was
And
about
then
to
see
get
what the
crushed.
idea on the
There's
buy round
enough
is.
of a-
Are
of
they
a
going to go
distraction
aggro
for
again,
even
maybe?
Net himself to get value,
like
running out of
instantly?
his own cage.
Yeah, looks like it.
So methodically working the map, not getting thrifty this time, is really good progress to get closer to shortening this lead.
Good night. Yeah, still getting one there is criminal.
There's so much utility being used on Oxy in that
Oh,
moment.
the
Look at this
info
A
from
main
the
push
ult
from
means they
bottom
can
side.
speed up
Yeah,
on
they're
this.
speeding up.
How do these 4 play?
Trip is still going to keep them back, but
Mitch has an off.
Mitch, that's an up.
Yeah, he sees 3.
Now they have to speed up going the other
He
way,
sees
but there's
3,
not
but
a lot
like,
of room for them to
what do
breathe.
they
Instead,
do?
They decide to dig their heels in, decide to try to take the fight, and it's all EG's for now. Vic
This
left
is nice
alone.
though from EG.
he cannot
I liked
convert
what
for
I like the
Cloud9.
changes after the timeout from Potters.
No
It's good.
hesitation on that bottom
Dude,
side
what a
push
half
from
from
EG.
them. They got 8.
They knew that they were going to be faced with all those members in A main. And
Rods,
Icy,
thank you so much for the
he
prime,
got
dude.
his
Appreciate
third
the 7
showstopper in that
mate.
half.
Thank you so much for that.
Yeah, he doesn't get value from it, but the pressure that puts on alone allowed for everybody else from EG to step up and just smother the players that were stuck in A main.
Neither team really hesitating on that trigger. They wanted to swing, they wanted to take the fight, and it's Cloud9 who emerges from the mess on top. We normally would throw it to a break here, but we've got a little special interview. It's Liz standing by with the guests. Liz, take it away.
Anything for you, Douglas Esports. And I'm here with Nona Berlian, who you might recognize if you've been on the Indonesian streams, the VCT. This is the Indonesian host, everyone. Welcome to Los Angeles and welcome to VCT. Can we give a warm welcome to Nona coming to VCT Americas in Los Angeles? You said this earlier when we were just chatting. This is your first time in Los Angeles. You're on vacation and you're like, I'm just gonna show up to VCT Americas. You know, why would, on your vacation? Why would you come here?
I mean, I want to watch Finesse playing before he retired again.
Girl, don't kick him while he's down. Oh my God. Let's talk about the
crazy.
Indonesian scene in Valorant, right? No, we've
There was
some
no need
amazing
for the
players,
last line of
and Mary
that.
is one of my favorite players. Forsaken,
There was
Mindfree.
no need for the
Where does all
last
that
line.
talent come from the Indonesian scene? Is there what? Can you talk to me about that?
I mean, maybe because we just like shoot on the heads. We don't think about the strat.
No strats, just shooting the easy, just click heads. I think maybe some people out here maybe just think about that too, right? Well, speaking about out here, we have C9 versus EG right now. We did some preds on the analyst desk. Can I ask you for your prediction? Scoreline, team, who's gonna win?
Scoreline
Yes.
for this map or
For the entire thing, like 2-1,
Entire-
2-0.
2-0 for EG, Live Evil.
Okay, clean. My last question for you moving forward, you've been in Americas, you've seen Finesse and you've seen everyone. Is there anyone besides Finesse that you love?
Bustio. So
Oh!
they're playing against each other. It's like,
So Busio retired your favorite.
yeah,
So Busio has to be your new favorite.
yes.
Well, congratulations, Keldon. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm going to send it back to the casters. Friends, a game is in your hands.
Thank you so much. An 8-4 half. Evil Geniuses looked like they were going to get overwhelmed. It seemed like a lot of the pressure that Cloud9 were able to muster would prove to be too much, but they salvaged things out. Keep 4 rounds between the two, and now it's EG on the attacking side. I'm Doug. With me on the call is Dre. There was a lot of talks around whether or not EG could muster the firepower to punch back. Dre, so far, so good.
Yeah, it was a ridiculous performance out of Icy and Ye, right? And these are the two players that you need shining for you if you want to close this map of Fracture out. Ye, he did such a good job of dealing with the aggression of Oxy on the defense. Can he do it here on the
Right, what do we got?
attacking
Pistol
side?
lines? Anything crazy? Nothing crazy.
Very methodical and slow approach from EG, taking control of Dish.
Or trying to.
So
Nice,
quiet,
Sonya. Thank you
too,
so much,
just
dude.
now breaking the trip.
I thought he was going to try to duck under that trip.
So now, Cloud9 are aware that Dish control has been lost. Is there any proactivity to re-clear some space elsewhere? If not, might get caught off guard, but it looks like Mitch is setting up a trap play here with a fault line. Oxy's going to be there as well. Let's see how much value this gets and when they pull the trigger.
He's got it primed and at the ready. Oh, missiles out, and there's not going to be any chance to really swing on the other side of the fault line, just enough to buy some time.
Too much hesitation and no map control now.
Yeah, you're
Oh my
absolutely right.
goodness, how does
swinging
Icy get
boldly
that
in front of
kill?
the Smoke, getting the best of Zep, but yes, traded. But you're starting to feel the grip loosen. Instead, Cloud9 doubling down on it.
Giving up
I mean,
all the
said
setup.
you can't be
Only
swinging this
two
triple.
remain, Derek and Supa trying to funnel their way out of heaven. It's all in Superman now.
It's a nice reaction from seeing that, and dude, I have no idea how Icy manages to get that first kill. We got 3 people aiming at him, by the way.
I guess, but that high-low and 13 seconds left.
Okay, 1-1 on the
shot.
pistols though. Might get close.
I was questioning Cloud9's decision-making on hesitating with that trap setup that they had, but they did it wisely.
No,
so
they did good.
all
They
fell
did
back
good
into sight,
C9.
used
The
those
smoke's down,
crossfires
everyone played
from
in
Gen,
front.
That flood coming out. And
They had like
Oxy,
a
uncontested in heaven, got
I don't
so
know if
much
they've
value
looked
on
at the
this pistol
pathing from
round.
EG on this map, but their salvos here
But how often can you
to
get away
stop
with
them
stuff
to
like
make sure
that?
they have the
Surely
timing to get through the
in
smokes
situations,
and
those
then hold
trades
the
don't go
smokes
your
is really
way.
nice. Like the
And
salvo,
EG
the
can swing it
salvos.
back, but
Where are we?
Cloud9
Yeah, this is
now had
nice.
an opportunity to come out of this round with a lot of guns in their favor. There's full B main control right now for EG. Everybody rotating from Cloud9.
Mitch, the only one hitting a little stutter step to make sure no one's quietly lurking towards A.
It's
Yeah,
gonna
he
be
buys the
brawl
hero
here, though.
sheriff. In for it with how he's playing.
These brawls are, they often
Dude, look at
go
him.
the way of
Look
the
at him
team
go.
with the better weapons. That's a couple of, I mean, that's the Phantom and a Bulldog dropped, if I'm not mistaken, scooped up by Net.
And Superman has almost crept into heaven here.
Oh,
that
boy,
got
that-
close for Cloud9.
I was gonna say that could have been so
Yeah,
bad, dude.
Net was only 46
still
HP
could
right
get
there.
bad.
Super connects a headshot.
Got the spike.
Derek has
They
managed to
know
upgrade
about
a
the
weapon.
damage
No
done.
armor, though. And he's heavily outnumbered. Tries to turn the flash and tuck behind the box, but is gunned down. Cloud9 get to 6. What did they carry over? A Phantom and 2 Bulldogs? That's not bad, Trey.
2 Bulldogs, not bad. Mitch took so long on that rotate, expecting a lurk towards that A side of the map. Wonder if they think that Ye is going to be trying to take some
That wasn't a
space.
ton. He turned
Opposite of
back
the back.
into
Which
it.
is oftentimes how EG like to play.
Back
Yeah.
into it, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it felt like he should have turned that, but timing just a little bit off. All things considered for EG, some good damage done, and a chance. They could have done it. That spray down could have gone differently. So it is going to be B main control again, showing the same type of look. This time, Ye reconvening with the team, and Net is all alone in heaven with a Bucky.
He's got layers upon layers of protection, given all the utility.
EG
One of them
fast
cleared out.
buy.
Get dangerous
They
from here. Salvo's
find
used to
the
try to break
camera,
trips.
so they
Watch
now
out
know
for
that there's
Cloud9
kill
approach their
trips.
attacking side, but
And
none
with
of them
that, it
broken.
looks like they want
B main
nothing to
trip
do with it.
Still in effect as well.
They
So
go
I'll
over
C9
towards
to,
A, they insert one under.
Second guess
They
themselves
got a
on that
camera to
rotate
clear
that
all of this
committed.
as well.
With the stealth bot being used A main and not seeing anything though, that might be false information, and EG are going to play off of that. They can just
They're going to try. I mean, look at the defense of Cloud9, though. They're still kind of around the middle of the map. Mitch still has a stun. Vic still
Yeah, the
has
good
2
part
smokes.
about having an insert over towards here is you do hear a lot of the rotates as well.
It's not like they've
And then can
fooled them by
either
any
stop
means.
prodding over towards here.
Ye this entire
Or
time was sitting
try and
unattached,
set
trying
yourself
to hear
deeper.
rotation, but Cloud9, they made no steps on their actual rotate. It's still a fake though.
Yeah, they're not like full committing at the moment. Spike
they are
goes back, we
burning
got
that candle
25
from both
seconds.
ends.
I'm looking at Net, and Net has not moved at all,
They're
and
gonna
they
try to
might
back to retain.
think
Remember, it's Net,
that he's over
who's
here
still
somewhere.
Here. Trip's still in play.
Bucky over towards heaven, he's not going to have to
at
stop
the
the
ready.
plan, you would imagine, but
That's both Trips. Now found the stun. Will buy him a little bit of time. 13 seconds left. The spike getting committed. Net.
and now it gets really
Greeting
weird.
Ye with open arms.
Gets an upgrade as well.
He's still going to have to fight out on the other side of it with 11 HP. Just barely.
It is unlucky. He played it really well.
Grazing by his head. Derek getting a couple. Cloud9 going to have to fight their way through this retake. Oxy beaten and battered. And EG happy to take a step back. Happy to force them to take that fight.
Yeah,
Super
nicely
gets
done.
3 as EG
Okay,
take the
big
round.
buy rounds.
EG
We got
survived
2
the
gun rebuys,
bonus
1
of
armory buy.
Cloud9, but
You got
that
the
got
raise ult to
scrappy.
make it easy.
Net, if
Might
he
be
doesn't
way
get
more
that
decisive
tag
on
through
this
a
one than
wall,
what
if
we
that
just saw.
connects, all of a sudden you have a 3v2, and the
I kind of
round's
like the
not in
calling
your
on this
favor. Getting that
from
Bucky
EG
kill,
though.
the
As
way
soon as
that
they
the
see
cage
this
was
camera,
placed,
they
it
pretty
looked
much knew what they were
He could
like.
have found a window
They knew what they
to
wanted to
bring that
do.
one back to convert the bonus, but Superman in the clutch, swinging out, killing 2 there. Allows EG to full buy
supposed to
into
go in
this
south.
Icy with his 4th
Yeah.
showstopper.
Yeah, I agree.
Let's see what
I like the
EG
fast
have
lock
cooked
from
up to
C9 as well,
enable
like
him.
2 going through to
18
distract
and 11.
for the guy having
Do you
just
turn
making
the
a
heat
play
up
as well.
here? Maybe inject a little pace.
I feel like you have to. You've approached every single other round so slow, so methodical. You know Net was in heaven last time around. You understand that A main control is completely gone. But you're so scared to run through. KO missiles were used.
I love how
The
Cloud9 they clear the trip and then they give
A
up
similar
the space.
situation where they kind of find
It's
the
like a
cipher
sixth
trip,
man potentially knocking the behind
and then
you.
now they can make a call from it.
Yeah, looks super so worried about that A main push
EG,
still.
it was Ye broke the camera as well.
EG, they're okay. They're comfortable in freezing rounds right now. And they're gonna go for this explosive hit, but it's Vic that ends up exploding the face of Icy.
And
Really
that's
rough,
a
losing
showstopper,
your
so
duelist
they don't
there.
have that tool. Fault line Net once again gonna get challenged. It's stun for stun, and it's Net who comes out
Net
on
did
top.
good again. Everyone pushed in front of their smokes, but they're not together. Oh, I don't think that's the right play. 4v3,
30 seconds
and they
left.
two-person commit through the
Take a look
smokes.
at the financial situation. It's not great for Cloud9.
Last player
Yeah, sometimes you
standing.
just gotta play numbers.
Call safe here. No, Zeph was going for it. A 1v2. He's gotten it down to a 1v1. Damage
Spike
dealt.
down B.
A reposition
Yeah, he's
now.
at a rough map,
Ye
dude. If he
has
can
been
win
an
this is mad
absolute
impact.
monster. But can he deliver for Cloud9 again? He's turned onto it. Zep a weak. Boldly swings
That's
into it
big
anyway.
impact.
Converts for Cloud9.
Because honestly, start looking at their
Before
money
this
here. They
round,
were
Zeppo
Rico.
was sitting at 3 kills. No confidence in his favor. This could be what turns the tide for Cloud9 to crawl back. Maybe a match.
At least Imi there will be writing, maybe. It looks like their game plan on defense is as soon as the smokes go down, they're insta-smoke flooding. Like, it's definitely something that Imi's told them. But in this situation,
but still, he was
man advantage, when you have someone pushed out through A, they gotta chill. They can't. They can't double push it.
Cloud9. Hopefully, winning that 1v2 can light some fire into him, build up some confidence.
Meanwhile, that Red Bull clutch keeping Cloud9 in the fight.
The salvo's bugged in that round. Oh, really? Had no recharge.
Run away with this thing. The buy for the attack. Suboptimal. Oxy popping the ult. Oh, he's gonna get away.
Okay, insta reaction to them doing a crunch.
And
Push
so where
over
do they
towards
speed up off
Dish.
of this?
Smoke, smoke. Wait, where's my first smoke?
That showstopper being used, getting even more space.
Whoa. Okay, smoke deep.
He gets
Don't
tagged
wanna
up
touch
pretty
anything.
bad though.
This is a big round. They didn't have much as far as weaponry goes.
Ah, dude, twice? What's going on? I don't want to reset it. What's going on?
Investing
Why?
a lot of ults.
Okay, we'll catch up after this. At least we didn't miss anything.
Not fine. It was a cap.
Oh,
It's a bit of suspense.
And now it's been exposed. Nature deep fried.
Maybe it
Yeah,
needs the shot.
1v4. They knew where he was from the beginning. The flashes, the smokes, the spam will connect.
Kind of nice from them.
Cloud9 switching up the aggression. Last round, it was in A main. This time B main, and the reactions off of the dish pop from EG, the protocols that Cloud9 had in effect, they worked perfectly. Mitch finding a little bit of an opening in that one-way smoke that Superman tried to use to be able to scale into the actual A site. Getting that pick
Dude,
was crucial for Cloud9. Yeah, it just set them
Charles.
up to just smother the post plant. We'll say though, EG was able to bait out the Brimstone ult of Vic into that round, so that's something. Only one round
oh my
sets
goodness.
these two
I'm
teams
so tilted.
apart.
Wait, is everyone going to
This
chill
first
for a little
map of
bit?
Fracture.
Yeah, everyone's chilling. I'm resetting it. We'll catch up after the round,
Only
shall we?
one round sets these two teams apart.
As soon as I see action, I'll make it go normal.
4-1 solo breach on the bottom side, and another very, very slow approach from EG. And I do want to talk about something
Okay, surely we're fine.
you mentioned earlier of when is EG gonna go into second gear, go into third, where they're going.
It has been a trepidatious approach, but they
Dude,
have
what's
not
going on?
really punished the other side of it, at least not this round.
And you know what I like that's different from this round for EG is not breaking the trip at all and just waiting behind it. Now when you show all this pressure B, you can fall all the way back, pop off of the trip,
Camera taken out.
and Cloud9 might not be ready for that.
They're starting to rotate back A. Mitch at the forefront. Oxy's still there, and the spike is rotating towards that side of the map too, Dre.
Mitch has a read on this, man.
You can't go Dish against
That's
the
gonna cause
ult.
problems.
Wait,
Oxy's down, Icy's through, but it's all. Oh, they're gonna rotate back.
Icy
I
had
thought it
to
was gonna be
send it. They
fake
got the
because
lock
B's
over
open, but
towards
no,
side.
they're
Can they
doubling
isolate
down.
the jewels?
And then
Oh
we'll
my
just
god,
see
bro.
what breaks the camel's
Probably the
back.
best Icy
gets
performance we've
three.
seen this year. Look what he's doing.
The side is theirs. 13 seconds left. They still have to commit to getting the spike down, but the way has been paved.
Whoa.
You've even got Ye, who's going to be
Ow.
on this late lurk. Super just barely finding the tiniest of windows.
Bro's getting the phone
And
out.
there's that lake flank. EG
Okay,
gets a
crazy
10.
rounds. Dude, how's Icy in that situation
small
doing
adjustment
this?
from Evil Genius as that's
Oh, for God's sake, dude. That's crazy, man. You're killing me.
Windows.
Enemy remaining.
And there's that lake flank. EG
Yeah,
gets a 10.
I'm not letting it go all the way
that
through.
small adjustment from Evil Genius, that small adjustment from Icy. I don't know who makes the call, but let's just say it was Icy in this moment.
Oh, dude, I think I've messed it up again, chat. I think it's going to do it. Just go Twitch. Yeah, you might have to.
Him waiting behind that triple.
22 and 14. He's been such a subject of criticism.
He has stepped up massively.
It's the shot, dude. It's not the shot. Leave the shot alone.
Keep in mind, EG
Don't
are
bring it
coming
into
off
this.
of 2 wins. Like, they do have momentum in their favor.
Including a big one against Crew.
Yeah, but they have yet to best a North American team.
Yeah, all of their wins have been against Latin American teams or Brazilian teams. You're right. No victory on home soil, so to speak.
Where are we
Sitting
at?
comfortably right now, though. Or, actually, comfortable might not be the right word for that.
Oh, this crunch. Nature is cooked, man. Can't
Okay,
settle off
instant
that
reaction
breach. So
from
now
this,
EG,
though.
They have to
It's
speed up
descended
with
over
the
to
2
the
trips
kill
here
trips with 2 people
on
that can get
each
kills
side.
off of them.
Let's see how much
Yeah, that
value they
might
can
not
get.
end well. We've got another Judge over towards Heaven.
Yeah, gonna get pushed back. Icy again with
Wait.
another ult.
But Vic's scared to punish.
Oh, he went here. He moved so he couldn't punish
He's
off the
getting
kill
a ton of
trips.
them, but
Okay,
not
sure.
a lot of value at all.
Both those trips got value. Vic needs to be careful. Superman slipped the net. And it's a pivot towards A site. Ye has been getting a lot of great lurk timings.
Okay, you guys
Supa's
gotta go
doubling
back.
down.
30 seconds left.
I thought he might just try to rotate with his team. Double dips a little bit, tries to get a free one.
He's wishing now he would have hit that shot, made it a 3v3. Post plant would have been stronger, but there's still so much to clear right now if you're Cloud9. Superman, he's still going to be a thorn.
Yeah, Oxy's gonna make space.
Yeah, well, he's going to try to be. A lot of pressure coming out from Heaven. The flash is going to cause serious problems with Derek and Ye. The Angels over his shoulder. Mitch left alone in a 1v2 attack.
Dude, the mid rounds here
so now the real
was
game
nuts.
is in play. Super weak. Derek has his ult too. I didn't think he was going to invest it there.
Just no way in for Mitch. There was still a Brim Molly too to be used for Superman. Well played from
Yeah,
Evil
it's
Geniuses.
nicely done,
Down
dude. The mid round was
3v4.
really good here.
But Ye has been finding these timings and understanding that Cloud9 like to over-rotate. They like to push all the way through on one side. If he's not met by that path of individuals, he understands that the space that he's walking into is free. One person there at most. Game plan working perfectly for Evil Geniuses. This is the last time out for Cloud9.
Revenge of the beefsteak.
For once, we're not seeing
Revenge of the
a single
beefsteak
ounce of
tomatoes.
emotion on his
Thank you,
face.
thank you.
He's
Same the
just
shot. Cuss strikes again. Come on now.
disappointed, to say the least.
Imi? I mean, he's been here
Still
before.
trying to rally the troops.
A playoffs struggle.
I mean, they've had
Pretty experienced to that.
It feels like he's had the life sucked out of him, Doug.
they're still in this fight,
There's no need
but
for
it
that.
does feel like EG, especially in that last round, found something that they've been able to lean into and press.
And a lot of that has been off of the lurk timings that I was talking about with Ye. He's back-to-back rounds. I mean, think of the last 3 rounds, right? I mean, every single time. EG
I need to
has
look
gone
at the
towards that
schedule
A-side
draws,
heavy,
but hopefully.
He's found the timing through arcade. This time finds the timing through A-site. Allows for that pivot. Superman has been taking a lot of these risks too, like just basically facing the
kinda all
smokes
in.
that he's been throwing on the actual site hits.
Not just him either. It feels like EG have all played at that pace. You're right.
Yeah, they're playing very loose. And I think that's really important
It's
because
weird.
a lot of Cloud9
Oxy can't buy
success is
next,
playing that same
so
type of style. Sometimes
So
when you fight fire with
like honestly,
fire, teams
maybe
don't
even
know how
Vic's
to
gonna
react to
take
that.
double hit
Plus,
here
it's
to make sure the
playoffs,
Oxy
baby.
has a
I mean,
gun.
yeah,
We'll see
you
what
gotta
happens
swing
next
or
round
be
if they
swung.
lose this one.
Play for the win. Oxy
Speaking of swing or be
Instant
swung.
reaction, clear over towards here, but they
trying
didn't
to
clear
take
the
all of that
camera.
arcade space. He does so, but
And
there's
maybe
still
they
a
weren't
camera
even
there
on
from
the camera,
Ye.
so at one
Look at
point
the
they can
silent
just
walk into A main. Nature
camera
has
up,
been
get a lot
calling
of
such
info.
a great game.
He really has been.
Dude,
So
look at
impressive.
Duelist Ye clearing all the angles before anyone else.
Dodging some of that firepower that was bought from Cloud9. This is a free
My
A site.
entry.
We'll see if they hesitate a little too long here, though, from
Camera.
that Brim smoke used by Vic.
Camera
That
goes
camera's
in,
cleared.
spots one, so they
So now
know
where
that
some of the pressure's coming
there's
from.
gonna be
Oxy's
someone
gonna
dish.
take all that space on the northern side of the map, and EG try to quietly creep their way out. Now betraying their intentions as they
it's nice
tap
from
this fight,
Derek.
but no committal yet.
Problem
That's
is they
a
might
lot
not
of
be able to get a
pressure onto
plant easy.
Nature.
We'll see.
But it's Mitch who falls first.
How does Icy still find a kill amongst all of that utility? And look at how worried Zeppa is of the lurk, but everyone's here.
Yeah, it's a slight freeze to the round. Just enough to introduce Scout. Now the second set comes through.
Player standing.
It's going to be Ned on his own with the Stinger in hand. A 1v3. Nature with the stun back up. Will connect. And the cage can only save you for so
nicely
long.
hands
Evil
from EG.
Geniuses get to map point.
Oh man,
let's have a
EG.
little look at the buy here. I
Dude,
think
money's
someone's
not
going to have to
great
take a
either.
hit for
I think
Oxy because he's got
4 can buy, but
got like 3K,
it looked
that's
a
it.
little shoddy.
What an approach from EG though, like walking all the way up into A main.
EG.
Not
Dude,
hesitating
EG's
when they
been
get
nice though on
smoked
this
off.
half.
Executing onto the actual site
The whole
itself,
time
and
they'd
then the
like,
tap of the spike.
it's like really
to
chill
wait
from
for the
them. It's
flood
getting a
of
little bit of
Cloud9 and
info and then they just,
Cloud9 members just
Yeah.
being faced by this heavy
they've been
weaponry,
faking a lot,
these
they've been
phantoms
lurking a
against
lot.
stingers. Of course
Looks
it's
like
not
they're
gonna
always
go
trying
in
to
your
pretty
favor.
much dodge the
This
Cypher.
time, 4-1,
Potato, thanks so much for the
being
tier 1.
sold.
Appreciate the 3 months.
Person towards Arcade, clearing out all that space. Cloud9 are trying to get proactive.
They look
here,
good. No,
re-clear
it's
some of
been a
that
really
space.
nice attack from them.
But there's no trip B main. Both trips are
And
on
it's
A
not just
side.
like fast set rounds where we're just overwhelming with util.
Essentially a
Like
free B main
actually
hit.
insert,
they'll
chilling,
get to be made for free,
finding
but look
if
at all
it's
this
the
utility
heavy
that's
stack
here.
site or the weak site.
I mean, they've got the stun. They've got the salvos. Mitch has
Getting
his ult.
smokes out of them early, breaking
Here's the thing, though, is
trips.
that they didn't see any trip towards B main. This kind of makes it obvious that the Cypher is playing towards that A side of the
Right.
map.
And then you assume, what, a 4-man stack here?
Exactly. Another great read from Nature. Derek and Ye, if they can get a pick here as well, use that neural theft, might give more confidence to what Nature is already assuming.
It's fracture in for Toronto, yeah, but it's out
Silence on the
after
other
that.
side.
Waiting for what type of aggression. That Neon being found. It's back and forth right now on the mini-map.
There's rumors there's going to be a new
Pendulum
map at
swings back
Toronto.
towards A.
And by rumors, I mean one person in chat.
Icy now finding that timing into Sands. Breach
But honestly,
used on
sometimes we
net.
believe
He's
that.
stuck here, man.
Oh, we got an extra boost up.
Traded in kind, but Nature was not tagged by it. Cloud9 are going to try to fill in on the space. Vic is the first to fall. Net feeling all the pressure as the wall's starting to close in. 10 seconds left. I don't know if the spike is in a position to even be grabbed, much less planted.
Last player standing.
Cloud9 in a 3v1. They survive.
Damage
This
though.
round was the
Damage is kinda nice at the
definition
end
of overcooking the round, Doug. Nature's gut instinct was that A was going to be the weak side after they approached B main and no trip was found.
Yeah.
But the pump fake, trying to bait a rotation out, was just unnecessary. And that ends up biting them in the bud. They give Cloud9 another chance to bring this to overtime. Still 3 rounds setting these teams apart. Still an uphill battle. Economy still not in favor for
Judge
Cloud9.
over
Net.
towards Heaven.
He has a judge in this round, and he's playing B Heaven with it.
Wonder if C9 have a
This time
better
a
read
trap.
of how
Cloud9
they're liking to
adjusting
call.
to this pressure that EG have been putting in Dish.
Ox, he might be cooked. Good night, man. A salvo, stuns, 2 stuns.
Big Joe. We're just gonna dry swing
Face
this.
Ye here though, he's been getting so much value on these lurks. You kind of have to send all the bodies here.
Good off
You
angle.
have no idea that's what it is.
Oh!
The other side, and yay,
Oh
deliver
my
again.
god, he's so
3
good
for the
right
Sentinel.
now. Dude, that's it.
And Cloud9 left
He
limping.
started it off with the ace. And then he's finished it with that.
I mean, the map is their oyster right now.
So they're just gonna overwhelm Vic. Layer the utility. A site is theirs. Vic is sitting at 57 HP. That regen armor is coming into effect, but what can he really do here, man?
Planted.
He needs magic. Cloud9 need magic. A 2v5 in a post-plant situation, doesn't even have a smoke anymore. The judge tries to creep forward, but you're not going to find a net. You're not going to find a space. Facing 5. Vic
Damn, what a
crumbles.
performance from
Evil
EG.
Genius is
That
strike
was
first.
genuinely a really nice attack from them. Fair play.
El Diablo
Um,
completely obliterating
Yeah, no,
his
Ye
former
and
team of Cloud9.
Ye and Icy.
We have
They're
yet
really
to
good
see
maps.
a performance
I think the
like
calling
this
was good as well.
from this man on the
Like I
screen
like the calling. This map was nice.
in what seems to be years, man.